What?
It's time now for My Two Favorite Librarians. Brought to you by the Copper Tree Boutique in Dale's Grand Market, located in beautiful, historic downtown Amherst.
Hi, this is My Two Favorite Librarians. I'm Denise Corey.
And I'm Chantel Taylor, and today we're talking about mysteries.
It's a mystery.
Yes. So this was patron, not demanded, but
suggested.
Yeah, patron suggestion. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, well, I already had it on the list.
Yes, you did. We just bumped it up because
somebody had said,
yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. So I'm not a big mystery reader.
I used to be a mystery reader, and I'm not anymore.
I will from time to time pick one up, but I have all kinds of definitions here.
Well, that is the thing about mystery. It really runs the gamut from like really gory to like pleasant.
Well, plus there's a difference between a mystery, a thriller, and a suspense novel. Yep. So a mystery, the main character is occupied in tracking down the truth, usually about a murder. And the main character is not usually in danger, or it becomes a problem only as they approach the truth. A thriller, they're in danger from the very beginning. And then suspense, the main character becomes aware of the danger, but the reader knows more of the issue that is coming than the main character does.
That's a good, yeah.
Would you say that's an apt description?
Yeah, that's an interesting way. I like that.
The other thing is, how many types of mysteries, which you started to talk about. So there's the cozy mystery, which is like your Jessica Fletchers, where, you know, there's like, they often take place in like a bake shop or
a small town. They tend to be like not as graphic.
Yeah, like
you're not going to get the like autopsy report or anything like that.
Very little bloodshed.
And there's all kinds of those cozy mysteries. There's veterinarians, there's bakers, there's knitters, there's sewers, there's campers, there's witches, there's like you name it, and
there's a cozy mystery.
There's a cozy mystery for it.
And then there's your like hard-boiled mysteries.
Yes.
Which are sort of that noir kind of with violence and detail and yeah.
And depending on what the trend is. So right now, the sort of trend in mystery are those like domestic noirs like Gillian Flynn and Gone Girl, or like The Girl on the Train, or The Girl in the Window, or
The Woman in Cabin 10.
Yes, where there's some sort of
those are all kind of a couple of years ago, but
those are all like sort of partner, or the husband or wife is suspected of being the murderer.
Then there's the procedural mysteries.
Yes.
So those are heavy on like detail, and it's your CSI kind of thing with the autopsy and the like them digging up bodies and
you're walking along with the police and they're interviewing people and you're going through their thought process and all that kind of stuff. So it's like Law and Order.
I mean, the ones I'm mentioning
we're broad strokes here. Like we could almost do a whole month of mystery.
Or more.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Supernatural mystery. So you have mentioned that in cozy mystery, sometimes there's witches.
Yep.
So there could be a cozy mystery that is also a supernatural mystery. Like these genres cross over. So there's nothing to say that there's not a procedural supernatural mystery with vampires.
Yeah. And oftentimes, like when you even think of the like Sookie Stackhouse or the Kate Daniels, like there's something that's happening in that book, whether it's people being killed or people being kidnapped or there's some sort of
Sookie gets kidnapped like
all the time.
So
there's something that the person's trying to solve.
Yeah. So and that's just barely
scratching the surface. Yeah, there's a lot.
There are so many that I cannot even go into all of them.
Yeah, it's big. Like, it's huge. I mean, literally, you can find something for everyone. It really is a huge genre. Huge.
But I really have to be in the mood for a mystery.
I used to love a mystery, and I don't know what happened, because I was trying to remember like what I used to read. So I have read like a couple of James Patterson, like Kiss the Girls. And I think I tried one of the Ladies Detective.
Women's Murder
Club. Yes. And
Ladies Detective is Alexander McCall Smith,
which I've got on my list because that's a mystery. So I read a couple of those. I was reading like Patricia Cornwell, which I really loved those books up until the werewolf book, and I let that one slip by. And then it kind of went off the rails for me, and I was like, okay, we're done with this. But I was trying to think of, there was a series that I loved, and I had thought, oh, it's Rizzoli and Isles. And then I thought, no, it's not that series. What series is it? And I was like trying to Google book, fiction, serial killer, cutting hands, blah, blah, blah. It's totally Rizzoli and Isles. And I like Tessa Gerenstein. And I loved that series because they made that into a series. And I really loved those books.
I read one Jeffrey Deaver book.
Yes, because he did like the Bone Collector.
He did the Dexter books. So I read...
What did you say his name was?
Jeffrey Deaver.
No, that's not Dexter, is it? Jeffrey... Okay, we're Googling now. We're Googling. Jeff Lindsay.
Jeff Lindsay.
Yeah, Jeffrey Deaver wrote The Bone Collector. Jeff Lindsay wrote... Because I knew that wasn't right.
Okay.
Dexter, yes.
I
read one of those. Yeah.
I read the first Dexter book.
I did too. I think I might have read 2.
I couldn't. It's far more graphic in my mind than the TV show could ever be. So, yeah. No, just one Dexter book. So I sent a message to Sammy.
Yes.
Sammy is
a big mystery, like
big
thriller
mystery reader. And I asked her for a few of her current favorites. So these are good ones to recommend because I know that they're recent and I know that she reads a lot of mystery. So she's not just going to pick something schmaltzy. So she says... Bring Me Back by B.A. Paris.
B.A. Paris is a big one.
Yep. Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. How do you pronounce that?
I have no idea. I've never.
M-A-H-O-N.
McMahon?
McMahon. Is that how you pronounce that
Say
name?
it again.
M-C-M-A-H-O-N.
Mahone? No. McMahon?
Mahone?
No, that's too many.
Okay, that word. Blood Orange by Harriet Tice and Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, which is one that I read her description of and I thought, oh, that's got a touch of supernatural, but not supernatural. Like, it's not like witches and whatever. It's almost like a mystery crossed with The House on Haunted Hill.
Okay.
So it's about her father has written this memoir of growing up or of that living in this haunted house, and then she goes back there. So I thought, oh, that might interest me.
Because it's kind of spooky sounding.
So I've borrowed that one. It's currently sitting on my bookshelf waiting for me to get through my 600,000 other books that I've taken home. I maybe have a problem.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So I have been trying to get into cozy mysteries because I feel like they're sort of like romance adjacent. Like they're very similar.
And some of them have romances.
Well, they have a love story in them.
A love story, sorry.
I mean, but I feel like they're the same sort of feel, like good things happen to good people and bad things happen to bad people. And like it all kind of gets wrapped up in a nice little bow in the end. And I can't find a series to really suck me in.
Yeah.
So I have a YouTuber that I like because there are lots of like romance booktubers, and Intentionally Bookish just does cozy mysteries.
Okay.
She's a big cozy mystery lover. And so every once in a while I watch one of hers and I think, okay, I'm going to see what I can find. So I watched a couple of her videos the other day sort of in preparation for this. And I've got a couple of fantasy, like ghost story, witches, mysteries, like much more on the fluffy side, not like yours where it's going to be creepy and you're going to be leaving your closet doors open.
Oh no, you close the closet doors. Poltergeist teach you nothing?
I didn't see Poltergeist, you fool. I mean, not until I was like way older and everything was squeezed cheese onion flavor at that point. So I do want to try some more cozy mysteries. So I'm listening to one right now, and I'll tell you about it when we get there.
Why don't you tell me about it? Please tell me about it, Chantel.
Oh, okay. So the series that I'm reading is on Hoopla. I'm listening to the audiobook. I'm just opening Hoopla up.
And if you're not aware, Hoopla is a digital service that we offer. You can borrow ebooks, audiobooks, graphic novels, movies, television shows, and music for free with your library card.
Yes.
No waiting.
So the series is called the Wishcraft Mystery Series, and it's by Heather Blake.
I assume that there are witches.
There are witches who are wish granters. That is their talent.
5 times fast.
Yeah.
They are wish witches?
Yes, they grant wishes.
I was hoping you would mess that up.
They grant wishes.
They are witches that grant wishes.
Yeah. Via spells. And they live in Enchanted Village, which is in Salem, Massachusetts. So it's kind of all
because that was a really kind place to witches.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So there's a couple of her recommendations that I'm going to try. So this one is pretty like she basically, they work at a store, and I'm using quotes that you can't see. That's like almost like, look, I want tickets to this concert. Can you get me these tickets? And they make it look like to the normal people that they just go out and get these tickets, but they can actually grant you wishes.
Okay.
Under certain circumstances.
Okay.
So in the beginning, she's playing the Tooth Fairy.
Okay.
And she's going into someone's, like, with, like, the parents have asked that she come in and pretend to
there
be
was
the Tooth
consent.
Fairy. Yes, there was consent. And so it seems quite sort of sweet and cute.
Okay.
I have another one that's a ghosty one that it's like Relatively Dead or something, where the girl's on a tour and she starts seeing ghosts or something like that. So
you've started the witch one.
I have, yes.
But you haven't started the ghost
No,
one.
I haven't started the other one. I did download it though from
Hoopla.
From Hoopla. I was going to say Overdrive.
So
Relatively Dead by Sheila Conley. That's what it's called.
Relatively Dead.
And it's in New England.
There are different stages of dead.
Well, apparently, if you're still hanging around.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let me tell you about the other book I'm reading, which was recommended by the patron who suggested we do mysteries.
Which is Luna's dad.
Yes, Jim. So he gave me 2 that he was really enjoying. So one is The Vinyl Detective. I think it's Andrew Carnegie.
Lincoln? No, that's the guy on Walking Dead. Wow, I'm really not good at names today.
Anyway, it's called The Vinyl Detective.
That's the series, The Vinyl Detective.
Diana had recommended this to me quite a while ago. She had loved it. But the other one is called
River of London by Ben
Yes, thank you.
Aaronovitch?
Yes.
I know this because I picked it up
the
off
hold
the shelf
yesterday
for you.
And it's like he's a policeman with Scotland Yard. And they're guarding a crime scene, and he sees a ghost that tells him what's happened. And so after that, he sort of gets involved in like this different level of the police.
With ghosts?
Yes. So I picked it up this morning and just read like a few pages of it. And he's just met his first ghost, and they haven't discovered that he's seen the ghost yet. So I'm assuming that's coming soon.
Okay. So do you think you're going to like it?
I don't know. So far, so good.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's not super, like, gritty.
Yeah.
Which I'm not opposed to, because I was a hardcore mystery reader. But it could be kind of cool to be, like, wandering around London with ghosts. Like the Graveyard Book or...
Neverwhere. No,
Yeah.
I guess that wasn't really ghosts. It was just people who didn't sort of exist in the regular plane of being. That makes it sound very complicated. So I'm reading One Good Turn by Kate Atkinson. So I really enjoy her literary fiction stuff, but she has this detective series, the Jackson Brodie series. And the first book is called Case Histories, which I really enjoyed. I enjoyed a surprising amount because, like I've said, not really a mystery reader. So then I thought, well, I'll pick up the second one, One Good Turn.
Not loving it.
There are way too many coincidences. People are like way too wrapped into each other.
But that's what happened in the first one.
I don't know. But this one is just like, I'm going to finish it. because I'm more than halfway through, because I like Jackson Brodie as a character, and I would like to go on and read more about him. But if the third one is also like this, I'm going to have to stop. Because, I mean, it's just, there was a hit and run accident, and the guy who saw it happen is then involved in this other thing and it's just, it's all too muddled up together. It's too much.
That's exactly what the first one was like.
I didn't find it as bad in the first one. This is like, I'm not loving it.
Okay.
So it takes place in the Edinburgh Festival in Scotland, and I might use it as a Pop Sugar Reading Challenge prompt for a place you'd like to visit in 2021. I mean, we know that we're not going to visit anywhere. I'm like just super excited that we can now visit Halifax.
Well, technically we can't visit Halifax yet.
This is airing on June 7th, so we can visit Halifax.
I thought we weren't allowed to be in and out of Halifax, even into phase 2.
No, Halifax, they opened it up yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we're recording in advance in case you can't tell. But, yeah, I know I'm not visiting anywhere, but I would like to go to Scotland. That would be nice. The Edinburgh Festival sounds fun. Yeah. So, go on. Sorry.
I was going to say there's lots of mystery, and we haven't touched on even
anything.
A quarter of them, because I'm kind of thinking maybe I might read some Sherlock Holmes this summer for a classic, because I've been kind of wanting to read a Sherlock Holmes.
Because we are going to be talking about classics in a Facebook Live in September.
I did really enjoy Agatha Christie. We read the train one.
Murder on the Orient Express.
Thank you. I really liked it. You did not like it.
I didn't finish it. And then how did you feel about The Big Sleep? Because that's kind of a hard-boiled.
I didn't enjoy that at all.
I did and I didn't. Because I was picturing, what's his face from Casablanca?
Humphrey Bogart.
Thank you.
We're terrible today.
Oh, I know. I have no names. This is what happens when you come back to work full time.
We've been at work full time.
I've been working, but half the time I'm working from home and my brain is just scattered. I'm scattered. Okay, speaking of which.
Wait, would you consider James Bond a mystery?
No. I would consider it a thriller.
Okay, but still under the umbrella of mystery. He was on a couple of mystery lists.
I would call it a thriller. Like, he's a spy. He's set out to, I guess he's set out to discover something, but he's in danger the whole time.
Is he really, though?
Well, he pauses to drink a martini.
I feel like he doesn't know that he's in danger ever.
So, the library doesn't get to open until phase 2. We are hoping phase 2 will be soon. But of course, we have to wait for public health recommendations. But until then, we are still offering grab and go pickup in Advocate, Amherst, Parsboro, Pugwash, and Spring Hill. We are offering borrow by mail to anybody who lives in Cumberland County, absolutely free. And we have all kinds of digital resources that you can borrow, including Hoopla that we've mentioned, and Overdrive, which now has magazines, and LinkedIn Learning, so you can learn some stuff while we're waiting for the rest of everything to open up. So, yeah, cool things.
And Summer Reading Club will be starting on June 15th, whether we are open to the public or not. We'll figure it out once we know, but we can start registration. We can have packages ready to go for you to pick up if we're not open to the public, but it is starting on the 15th of June.
It is for ages 3 to 103.
There will be, yes, kids, teens, and adults.
Yes, and prizes to be won. What are we talking about next week, Chantel?
Next week, we're talking about books that are set outside.
I can't wait. Bye.
My 2 favorite librarians. Brought to you by the Copper Tree Boutique in Dales Grand Market, located in beautiful, historic downtown Amherst.